There are typically two types of door switches used for home automation. Firstly, there are the types that are recessed into the door frame. Secondly, there is the more common type that are mounted on the wall and have a magnet that is mounted to the door. The recessed type of switch is very common in commercial buildings but less common for home systems because they are a bit more difficult to install. They require a recess into the door frame and the door so that the switch can be recessed into both. If you don't have the correct tools, this can be a pain. It really comes down to personal preference for which type to use. The recessed ones are somewhat less noticeable but are harder to install. The wall-mounted switches are more obvious but easier to install. To minimize the obviousness of the wall-mounted switch, you can mount it on the outside of the door jamb. Care should be taken to make sure it is not exposed to the elements. It would need to be repainted because it will be exposed to the elements but can be hidden quite well this way. Another way to make this switch less obvious is to try and match it to the wall as best as possible to minimize the visual impact. This can be done by painting it or using a switch that matches the color of the wall.